Many people don't even know what left and right means. Why everybody is saying left wing, right wing, they are all the same. No, they're not. There's a very big difference, and I will explain why that is. You know, when you are online, you will always say to somebody, oh my God, you're a right-winger, and he will reply like, well, what's wrong with being right? You are left, I'm right, everything is okay. And you can only say that if you don't understand what right-wing means. Because being right-wing, there's something really wrong with that. And the right-wingers, particularly, they benefit from people not knowing what left and right is, because that keeps them in power, okay? So let me tell you the difference between left wing and right wing, and you will never forget it once you understood it. And it's very important that you understand that, okay? So the right is against equality. They think that some people are more worth than other people, you know, and that the worthier people should have more power and that they should rule over the worthless people, which are many people, and they are the few who have the power, and they should, rule over the unworthy people, okay? The left, on the other side, they advocate for equality, and they say that every human being has its worth, and that we all should have equal chances, all should be on equal levels, you know, and we all should have equal chances to improve ourselves and our lives, and that nobody should rule over somebody else. We should all be like together, okay, and work together. That's the difference. And I know that many right-wingers do not accept this definition, but this is actually the definition that you will find on any platform. Wherever you look it up in a political lexicon or something like that, you will always find this definition. Here you have Wikipedia entry on right-wing politics. Right-wing politics embraces the view that certain social orders and hierarchies are inevitable, natural, normal, or desirable, typically supporting this position on the basis of natural law, economics, or tradition. That's very important. Hierarchy and inequality may be seen as natural results of traditional social differences or competition in market economies. So this is the definition. The definition of left-wing politics is left-wing politics supports social equality and egalitarianism, often in critique of social hierarchy. That's what I told you about, yeah? Left-wing politics typically involves a concern for those in society whom its adherents perceive as disadvantaged relative to others, as well as a belief that there are unjustified inequalities that need to be reduced or abolished. According to Emeritus Professor of Economics Barry Clark, left-wing supporters claim that human development flourishes when individuals engage in cooperative, mutually respectful relations that can thrive only when excessive differences in status, power, and wealth are eliminated. So, that's exactly the definition that I told you. The ones are for inequality, the others are for equality. That's it's simply what it is. And those who are for inequality, which are the right-wingers, they say that this is justified by nature, by economy, by stuff like that. And the left wing say, no, it's not. Okay? That's the official definition. That's very important now that you understand that we are not talking about specific hierarchies here. We are not talking about competence hierarchies, for example. Like the right always comes up with a straw man. If you are for equality, then you are, and against hierarchies, then when you get sick, you want a bus driver to treat you because a bus driver is equal with a doctor. No, it's not like that. A doctor is, of course, a doctor, and he will always be a doctor, and that's okay like that. You know, he studied for that and everything is okay. That's a competence hierarchy. He's more competent than a bus driver in the field of being a doctor, of medicine. So this is not what the left wants to abolish. Also, there is this other straw man, equality of outcome. You know, that's what the right-wingers say. The leftists want everybody to get the same no matter how hard they work. Like if you are lazy or if you are a hard worker, in any case, you will get the same outcome. No leftist out there that I've ever heard of or that I've ever known has ever advocated for that. Not a single one. Nobody wants equality of outcome. We want equality of chances. It's capitalism that is against, that's for equality of outcome, because no matter how hard you work, you will never get rich. And no matter how little somebody works who has like inherited a lot of money, they will always stay rich, no matter how lazy they are. If they are born a billionaire, they will stay a billionaire. Nobody cares about that, you know? So nobody on the left argues for equality of outcome, you know? So if you hear somebody talking about that, Jordan Peterson often mentions that just like he's talking bullshit. This is how he imagines the left. This is what he's afraid of. The left is against social hierarchies, unjust or unjustified social hierarchies, you know? Like, for example, if you are born rich, that you can like have more chances for education or medical treatment or stuff like that, you have better medical treatment. That's what we are against. We leftists, we think that everybody should have a good Medicare. Everybody should have a good education, no matter how you're born. You know, this is also the right-wingers are also against that the black can vote in a democratic vote. You know, it was forbidden for blacks to vote because of the right-wingers, because they wanted to uphold this unjustified social hierarchy that because of the color of your skin, you are not able to vote. Or females, women were not allowed to vote, you know. And the reason that black people and women can vote today is the reason of leftist struggles. Leftists were the people who were fighting so that this is possible, that black people and women can vote, okay? Because they want equality, okay? That's also why racists, for example, are always right-wing. There will never be a left-wing racist. This is impossible. You cannot say your race is inferior, my race is superior. This is a hierarchy, a social hierarchy. You cannot advocate for that and be a leftist. That's also why you cannot be a Nazi and be a leftist. Many people nowadays say like, Hitler was left. No, Hitler was never left. This is not possible. Because treating all Jewish people like inferior and putting them in concentration camps and stuff like that, that's not leftist. That is not leftist. Leftists want equal rights for everybody. You cannot say that Hitler is a leftist. If you say that, you just have presented us that you are uneducated in this particular issue, in this particular topic, that you have no clue what you're talking about. Also, regarding these things, if you look at this like that, it makes no sense for anybody who is not a ruler, who is not in a very high position, to be a right-winger. So if you are a normal worker, if you are just a normal person who is not wealthy, who is not in power, who is not anything like this, it makes no sense for you to be a right-winger. This is crazy, you know? Because only the rulers and the elites, people who are in this social hierarchy, who are up there, who rule over the majority of all the other people, they profit from that. For them, it makes sense to be right-wing because they want to stay there. Okay, they want to keep their position. They want to still be rulers over all the people. So for them, it makes sense to be right-wing. But for you, if you are poor or if you are, I don't know, a normal worker, it makes no sense at all to be right-wing. This is just polishing the boots of your rulers. This is just being for your rulers. Also, if you think that Trump is against the elites, you know, that this is very stupid because Trump is he belongs to the elites himself. He's a rich white dude who is just like inherited all his money and who is high in power. He was the president of the mightiest state on earth. He is part of the elites. His whole life he was together with elites. He grew up with elites. He went to school with elites. He is friends with elites. You know, to say he doesn't belong to this is crazy. You don't understand what you're talking about. If you really want to fight elites, there is only one way. It's by being leftist. Because the leftists are the people who say, we don't want any elites, you know? If you, on the other hand, say, no, I am right-wing, but I fight against the elites. What you're doing there is you are just fighting for one ruler to replace another ruler. You say, I don't want his boot in my face. I don't want to lick his boots. I'd rather lick his boots. I'd rather have his boot in my face. This is what you are doing, okay? So I'm just offering another position like, why don't you become left-wing and say, hey, I don't want any fucking boot in my face. I don't want to lick boots. You know, this is the leftist way. If you are against elites, you should be a leftist. And also important to understand in all of this is, there are no such thing as centrists. Because they always say there is left, there is right, and there is the center. I'm against the right, I'm against the left. This is the horseshoe theory. They are both bad. I'm a centrist. No, you're not. There is no centrism. Because between I want hierarchies and I want no hierarchies, you know, I want everybody to be equal, there is nothing between that, you know. And this is also, if you read the Wikipedia article about centrists, then you find out why that is. Centrism is a political outlook or position that involves acceptance and or support of a balance of social equality and a degree of social hierarchy, while opposing political changes which would result in a significant shift of society strongly to either the left or the right. So you are in support of a balance of social equality and a degree of social hierarchy. And that's exactly what I was saying. You cannot be to a degree for social hierarchy. Like there is no such thing as being a little bit pregnant, you know? Either you're pregnant or you're not pregnant. There is no, I'm a little bit pregnant. So there is also not a little bit, I'm for, you know, some social hierarchies. This is stupid, because either you are for social hierarchies or not. But this is exactly the point what centrists are about. Centrists are right-wingers in reality. First of all, because they are for some hierarchies exactly, you know, and this is specifically capitalist hierarchies. Like the liberals are against, you know, racism, they are for women rights, they are for trans rights, LGBTQ rights, stuff like that. So for social equality, but not for economic equality. They are against economic equality, they are for capitalism. So for them, it's not a problem that if you are a rich guy, that you can fuck over poor guys, that you can exploit poor people, that you can shit on poor people. That's no problem for them. There's only a problem if you are a racist or somehow socially unequal, okay? So this is some hierarchies that they are talking about. And that's also the reason why liberals are not left-wing. Because left-wing is also against capital hierarchies, economic hierarchies. They say nobody should be poor, okay? Liberals are, so to say, for the status quo, okay? They are for the status quo, they are for the ruling thing that is now, because if you stay in the center, nothing will change. If you don't move to the left for more equality or for more inequality, nothing will change, everything will stay the same. That makes sense. And they are capitalists, okay? This is the status quo. If nothing changes, we still stay in capitalism. And that's why why centrists are, in reality, right-wing, okay? That's the point. It's very important to understand that. And that's why you have to understand, I will repeat it again, because it's very important, only the rulers, the elites, and I don't mean the Jews when I say elites, I mean the rich people, the 1%, you know, and all their bootlickers up there, they're grifters. These people, they profit from being right-wing. You, if you are not a part of this elite, you do not profit from being right-wing. You should be a leftist. You should be left-wing. You should fight elites, and you should put left-wing policies forward. That's very important. Never forget that.